we will pull it. It was a 2021 Genesis. This is a brand new vehicle. It's one of the corporate sponsor vehicles from the tournament that had just concluded at Genesis Invitational. So we're hoping, obviously, this is going to be equipped with this black box, and we'll have some information about the speed. May be a factor in this accident. I mean, you could have drivers inattention. You could have any type of distraction like that. Speed involved. The point of contact where you hit the center median is downhill and is a curb, and that stretch of road, and people may be unaware of this, but that stretch of road has had quite a few accidents over the years. In fact, from January of last year to Tiger Woods incident, that's a total of 13 accidents, 4 of them with injuries. So definitely this stretch of road is challenging, and if you're not paying attention, you can see what happens. So this is very important to know. Okay, another question from Steve Gregory, KFI. Sheriff, did a drug recognition expert respond to the Woods crash scene or hospital? No, they did not. The deputy on scene assessed the condition of Tiger Woods, and there was no evidence of any impairment whatsoever. He was lucid, no odor of alcohol, no evidence of any medication, narcotics, or anything like that that would bring that into question. So that was not a concern at the time. So therefore, obviously no field sobriety test and no DRE, drug recognition expert, needed to respond to do any further assessment of that. This is what it is, an accident. Okay. From ABC News, could Tiger Woods face charges for reckless driving? Is that part of the investigation? No. A reckless driving charge has a lot of elements into it. This is purely an accident. There'll be a cause of it, and there'll be a vehicle code attached to the cause if it's inattentive driving, whatever the case may be. But that's an infraction, and a reckless driving is actually more than an infraction. That's a misdemeanor crime that has a lot of elements attached to it, and there's nothing like that. Okay, we have ABC News again. Have investigators questioned Mr. Woods? If not, any idea when they will? Actually, the on-scene deputy who was first there is a traffic deputy. He is the one who is going to be doing the traffic investigation. So he has all the information he needs from Mr. Woods. And after that, and then they'll become part of his investigation once it's concluded and submitted to his supervisors for his approval. Okay, from Stephen Diazzo, AP. Are charges possible in the crash? We don't contemplate any charges whatsoever in this crash. This remains an accident. Accident is not a crime. They do happen, unfortunately. And, okay. Let's see here. Okay, were photos taken by officers at the scene? Yes, photos were taken. There's body cam footage that was taken. However, these are official photographs. It'll be part of the investigation itself. And they're not going to be released from us. Okay, Natalie Salazar. Deputy Gonzalez has done an excellent job speaking to the press. Recruit him to Sheriff's Information Bureau. Natalie, I've got more than one person saying exactly that. And, yeah, our deputies at SIB are feeling a little nervous right now. Okay, and another question here. Was he drunk? He was not drunk. That is definitely, we can throw that one out. Speculation, irresponsible, no. There was no evidence of any impairment. I said that yesterday, and that's just the facts. We're going to call it the way they are. If there was evidence of that, well, then we proceed with that. However, and we hold everyone accountable to the rule of law, no matter what your celebrity status is, but there was no evidence of that. So this is an accident. We're treating it as an accident. Okay. Any other? Let me see. Okay, we have some questions here. Okay, any idea he was distracted and looking at the phone? We do not have any information on that whatsoever. I mean, we'll find out on that. And I'm sure his phone records might be relevant to that itself, and that's going to be up to the investigators, and they would require a search warrant for that. Just for example, if there was an issue about if he was under under the influence of some type of prescribed medication, for example, or they did any blood work at the hospital, that would also require a search warrant to be able to seize that information as part of the investigation. But that is going to be up to the traffic investigator to do that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, thanks, Sheriff. So to confirm, on that stretch of road alone, there were 13 accidents, 4 with injuries since last January. Yes, Matt Gutman, that is accurate. We got that information yesterday. Okay. Let me see. Okay. The speed limit posted for that stretch of road, if people are wondering, is 45. Now, remember this 45, that's the maximum speed limit. However, Section 22-350, the vehicle code, when you're cited for that unsafe speed, that's unsafe speed for the driving conditions. For example, if the road was foggy, which in this case it wasn't, but if it was foggy, rainy, well, you don't do the 45 limit. It's actually lower than that. It's for the driving conditions at the time, and that is the maximum and optimal conditions. Is at 45 miles per hour. And this stretch of road going downhill on a curve, obviously, even if you're not accelerating just by gravity alone, you're going to start going faster. In fact, there's a turnout for trucks and a warning about testing your brakes. Okay. Let's see. Well, was he tested for drugs and alcohol, or was he tested yesterday, last night at the hospital? That would be up to the hospital to do that toxicology, and we'll assume that during the course of the treatment, they draw blood, and they have to do that, obviously, because he has to go into surgery and all that. But that's going to require a search warrant from our part to go into those details. Okay. Now, let's see here. Okay. And I don't know who this came from. Let me point out that professionalism and knowledge displayed by Deputy Gonzalez yesterday is a representation of what 99% of our LSD personnel do. That is very true. And he's only got 3 years in patrol. God bless him, doing a good job. Definitely, he's showing how it's done. Now I'm going to translate. I'm going to switch over to Spanish, and you can continue asking the questions in English, and we'll catch up to them. Pero los que están escuchando en español, como ya saben, ayer a las 7:12 de la mañana pasó el accidente donde se volcó un carro manejado por el golfista Tiger Woods. Y un alguacil, Carlos González, fue el primero que llegó a la escena unos 6 minutos después. Y habló con el que andaba manejando, el ocupante del vehículo, que era Tiger Woods, y preguntó por su nombre, dijo que era Tiger, lo reconoció y inmediatamente empezó a cerciorar la condición física, si tenía que hacer un rescate, pero vio que estaba en buenas condiciones, estaba alerto, consciente, estaba hablando, y él mantuvo la presencia de seguir hablando con él, manteniéndolo calmado, y él afirmó que no había necesidad de quitarlo del vehículo inmediatamente y dejar que los paramédicos hagan eso con todo el equipo profesional y especial que tienen para eso, para aislar el movimiento y no permitir el movimiento del cuello, la espalda, la columna vertebral, y eso para poder minimizar la posibilidad de más heridas al que iba el herido, al Tiger Woods. Y entonces una pregunta aquí con Telemundo: ¿por qué el accidente pudo ser peor? Muy fácilmente. Él estaba abrochado con un cinturón, y el carro era un carro nuevo, un carro Genesis del año 2021, nuevecito. Era de lo que llaman SUV de mediano tamaño, y tiene múltiples, tienen bolsas de aire alrededor de la columna de manejar y el volante y en las puertas, y esto todo trabajó junto para mantener un cojín de seguridad alrededor de Tiger Woods, y eso lo mantuvo vivo. Obviamente el impacto fue muy muy grande, el carro quedó destrozado, pero gracias a Dios no fue peor. Si no estuviera abrochado con el cinturón, lo más probable hubiera muerto en este accidente. Así que eso es un ejemplo muy importante para mantenerse abrochado con el cinturón. Ok, a ver. Ok, cualquier. A ver. Ok, cambiando al inglés from Kevin from CNN. Do you know where Tiger Woods was traveling from and where he crashed and where was he driving to? I've heard that he was going to a golf course to continue filming something that he was filming the day before. I think the Rolling Hills Estates golf course was about 4 miles away from the scene of the accident. So that's all we have in Spanish. Ochoa, dicen que iba en exceso de velocidad y el accidente pudo ser por... Sí, la velocidad va a ser una consideración en este caso, porque donde quedó el carro y donde empezó cuando cruzó la parte mediana de la calle son cientos de pies de distancia y eso obviamente requiere mucha velocidad para llegar del punto de impacto desde el origen del accidente, pero no sabemos exactamente cuál fue esa velocidad. ¿Cómo es el tránsito en esa zona? El tránsito a esa hora de la mañana no es tan grande porque viene de la península obviamente al condado y afortunadamente cuando cruzó de la dirección norte a la dirección sur no había nadie en la dirección contraria cuando cruzó la calle, porque entonces hubiera sido un choque de frente a frente con otro vehículo, hubiera sido mucho peor. Ok. Y creo que ya han dicho que donde él iba a otro campo de golf en Rolling Hills Estate para continuar filmando una promoción. Eso era su destino, que nunca llegó. Okay. Okay, let me see. KTLA 5. The crash happened around 7:15. We didn't learn of it for hours. Why the delay? Good question. Well, actually, at the point when the crash happened, our focus is on providing the medical care, making sure everything is taken care of, the scene is secured, and we're doing everything we're doing. The paramedics and the fire department did everything they did. And once he's at the hospital, everything is secured. Then is the time that we can start, okay, this is going to be obviously a newsworthy event, and we prepared a statement and we released it, and that's the right order of things. When people jump the gun and release information without knowing it, without affected family members being notified, it does a lot of harm. We want to respect the privacy of the people involved as much as we can, and this is, but remember, health and safety is always the priority first, and once all these things are taken care of and the victim's family is notified, and then we can go into, okay, let's notify the press and do all these things. So you can understand why that's a 4-hour delay there. Okay? Let's see here. Okay, I think we're going to call it on that. And ¿alguna pregunta en español que no agarré? Okay. Oh, one more here. We got one. Okay, from David Douglas at NBC News. We do not. Oh, there's a question about speed again. We do not know his estimated speed at this time, but the investigation hopefully is going to address that. Since there are no skid marks and obvious things we can determine speed, we have to go to the black box if the vehicle has one and other things to estimate that speed. All right. And having said that, let me close by saying, please, folks, remember, we're still in the pandemic, and we got to keep wearing these masks. Get your vaccination when your time comes. Make sure you jump on and get that vaccination, all right? Everyone. And we're going to be doing this Instagram and Facebook every Wednesday around this time frame, time permitting. Obviously, no disasters happening. And last but not least, we want to wish a full and complete recovery for Tiger Woods. So let's keep him and his family in our prayers, all right? With that said, all right, everyone have a good day.